Hello and welcome to Eden Live, where I am reading all of Eden by FREI live on Facebook and on YouTube. And as you know, you will then also find the recorded clips on Instagram, IGTV. And they're easy to tell apart. The recorded clips are come in portrait format. The live stream and what is left of them, in other words, the clips that went out as a live stream and then stay online, they are the ones in portrait format. And we are at the end of Dimensions. But as you will know, if you've been following this, Dimensions is only the first of 12 Eden miniatures, and therefore the first of 12 parts of Eden by FREI. And so this is not the end. This is simply the end of the beginning. And there is much more to come in this garden of the mind, as I like to think of it, where if you go for a meander leisurely, you might come across all manner of creatures and people and features. And that is certainly the case. There is a lot more of quite a variety to come. But now it is the time for chapter 12 in Dimensions. And chapter 12 is called The Sultaness Revisited. She doesn't leave me alone, this woman, plausibly because she's so womanly. With a regrettable paucity of experience, I retain an abstract notion at best of what woman is, or man, coming to think of it. In all likelihood, and compared to most, I retain a largely abstract notion of what anyone is. Are we human, or are we dancer? I imagine her on a mountain of cushions, brushing her hair, a dwarf eunuch wafting air upon her with a pergamon fan. As I enter the room, is it a hall, a tent, a boudoir? She looks up at me with an aloofness that is both superior and benign. She doesn't know who I am, and neither do I, although she has spoken to me already, in mysterious ways. Woven into the pillows are the sorrows and tears of the virgins who were slaughtered in vain, and the hopes and aspirations of their betrothed princes kept and murdered as slaves. I hear the din of the bazaar, and I smell its scents, which are, as expected, exotic, and I hear the muezzins at home. This call I heed, though I am not a believer, and leave her waiting once more. She knows, and stifles a yawn, but inwardly she delights. It occurs to me that it does not matter. It matters not why the Sultaness has taken up residence in my mind any more than it matters why I have come to Istanbul to encounter my 30 years younger self. It matters not that I make no sense to myself at the moment, and it matters not that looking at George here, who is me at the age of about 20, I can't be in Kingston upon Thames at the same time, and it never ever mattered what I was going to go there for in the first place, or second, or third. What matters is just that I don't get these next 50 seconds wrong. If I don't come up with a question that has at least some weight, some inquisitive purpose to it, he'll not only think me lame, but he'll be bound to query my motives. And although I know and remember myself as someone who will for as long as possible give anyone the benefit of the doubt, I also know that once that bond of trust is broken, it cannot be repaired. Not easily. Maybe never. I don't want to let myself down. And so asking him how he's doing, or where he's from, or what he makes of this city, or where he's headed next, or how he enjoys his mojito, none of these will do. Although I am, in fact, quite interested to know how his interrail trip ended up landing him here on the edge of Europe, and what might have happened to his friend, and which friend it was, since clearly I would know him. But that also holds me at bay. I should not inquire about our mutual friend, as that mutuality, once established, would very obviously demand some explanation. Nor do I want to ask him some random questions, such as, what is the meaning of life? Or pretend there is some information that he has that I need, or anything utilitarian, like where is a good place to eat? Besides, we are at a good place to eat already, and I know we are both creatures of habit, so unnecessarily asking for a different place to eat would make me sound either disingenuous or stupid. I wait until he has taken another sip from his cocktail. Only now does it really occur to me that that's what we are doing, drinking cocktails, and ask him, where do you imagine yourself in, say, 30 years from today? No sooner have I spoken these words than I realize just how absurd this is. 30 years from now, I'll be 80 and he will be 50. What is he supposed to answer? Will 30 years from now be 30 years down his timeline or mine? And won't that depend on how the next 50 seconds, and then 50 minutes, and maybe then 50 hours pan out? I sense that my reality is about to implode when he does something unexpected. Having been him, it shouldn't come so unexpected to me. Having been him, I should have seen this coming, in a more normal situation, perhaps even remembered. But he nevertheless catches me out and fairly floors me. In a place like this, he says, laconic and calm, with his innocence and nascent wisdom, and a curious sparkle in his eye, talking to someone like you. And that is Dimensions, the first volume of 12 in Eden by FREI. And so, as you will have realized by now, this is not the end of the story. This story has only just begun. Next week, or next time, if you're following this in your own sweet time, which of course you can do, and not in real time, then next time with the next episode, we will be starting with Heart. And Heart is not so dissimilar in terms of structure to Dimensions. It also has 12 chapters, but it has 6 literary interludes, which makes it slightly longer. And if you don't know what a literary interlude is, then you will just have to join me next time, won't you? Or watch some of the literary interludes in Volume 1 in Dimensions. And while Dimensions was really kind of setting the framework and setting the tone, and also setting the scene for the overarching main narrative, Heart goes much more into the conundra and imponderablenesses of the human heart in relation to other human beings, be that in the context of love, or being in love, or kind of feeling in love, or being infatuated, or just feeling that profound friendship that is really love. That's what Heart is about. And so I hope you will find time in your busy life to join me again whenever you feel like it. In real time, the next episode goes out next Monday. Today is a Wednesday. And in your own time, it will be with you whenever you choose to join me again on Eden Live. Until then, take good care, love and let love, and see you soon.